and welcome to SRIRAM's IES. In this video, we are going to discuss what the financial crimes are actually in evolution. Now, what is the newest crime? That is the OTC, or I would say over-the-counter scam, not of shares, not of bonds, not of any other Ponzi schemes, but yes, the most lucrative and the most attractive thing, that is Bitcoins, or I would say any of the crypto coins. Here we will be discussing about USDT, that is US dollar Tether, or Tether means this Tether is a stable coin. Now the name itself of the stable coin resembles that it is stable in nature, that is why it's more attractive. People get attracted because its price does not fluctuate. Its price is not in the nature of volatile nature. So that is why people get more attracted towards USDT. Now this attraction, or I would say this attraction, converts itself into obsession, and that is where all those criminals come in play, and they set up a prop in which all the investors get trapped into. And what is that prop? That is a scam. And that is what Enforcement Directorate has actually unveiled in Bengaluru. It's a $35 million scam. Now let's understand how this scam actually works. Not only for UPSC GS paper 3, internal security, in which the subtopic money laundering, but also for Indian economy, because these kinds of scams actually destroy, or I would say cause a dent to the already improving Indian economy. Not only this, ये टॉपिक ऐसा है जो हमारी लाइफ के लिए ज़रूरी है. जब तक हम फाइनेंशियली लिटरेट नहीं बनते, तब तक हम भी अपने घर के डिसीजंस, अपने पर्सनल डिसीजंस सही से नहीं ले पाएंगे. क्या पता कल को ऐसा ही स्कैम हमारे साथ भी हो जाए. सो सतर्क रहने के लिए लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड दिस टॉपिक. वेरी सिंपल. Why was it in news, or why is it in news? There is a $35 million scam which Enforcement Directorate has actually unveiled. Now let's understand that when we are talking about this $35 million scam, or this scam is in cryptocurrencies. Now all of you might ask, sir, cryptocurrency is something which is digital in nature, है ना? It's not something which we are trading online. ऐसा तो है नहीं कुछ कि मैं इसको ट्रेड कर रहा हूं, मैंने बेचा, आपने खरीद लिया. ऐसा तो कोई सब्जेक्ट है नहीं है, ऐसा तो कोई ऑब्जेक्ट है नहीं. It is digital currency. Now if it is digital currency, how is it being sold on over-the-counter trades? Do you understand? So it's kind of a bit tricky, but yes, you need to understand it properly. Clear? So the scam involves an act, that is Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002. Simple. Who enforces this act? Enforcement Directorate enforces this act. Very simple. Clear. Now the investigation has revealed that the scam is significantly larger than $10 million, the fraud which initially reported in the FIR. assumption ये है कि ये $10 million का एक फ्रॉड हुआ था, इसके बाद ये असल में बहुत बड़ा स्कैम है. $35 million is a rough estimate. It can be more than this, it can be less than this. Now what is the case? The investigation originated from Bengaluru and एक FIR लॉन्च किया गया था साउथ अंडमान में, और कंपनी फाइल कंप्लेंट जो था, जिसने कंप्लेंट की थी, इट वाज अ डच कंपनी. ये डच कंपनी ने $10 मिलियन का एक इन्वेस्टमेंट किया था ओवर द काउंटर. ठीक है. अब ओवर द काउंटर इन्वेस्टमेंट किस में किया था? वर्चुअल डिजिटल करेंसीज और वर्चुअल डिजिटल एसेट्स, VDAs we call them. Now what are these VDAs? All the bitcoins, है ना, all the bitcoins, cryptocurrencies, all the NFTs are called as virtual digital assets. Now let's understand that what is an OTC crypto trade. बहुत simple. Over the counter, what we do is हम डायरेक्टली किसी प्लेटफॉर्म पे नहीं जाते खरीदने, हम एक आई वुड से एक एजेंट के पास चले जाते हैं जिसने छोटी सी शॉप या छोटा सा ऑफिस खोला होगा. वो एक प्लेटफॉर्म के साथ लिंक्ड है, वो उस प्लेटफॉर्म पे आपकी इन्वेस्टमेंट को इजी से इन्वेस्ट कर देता है. इट्स काइंड ऑफ सिमिलर टू व्हाट वी हैव अंडरस्टूड अबाउट फॉरेन पोर्टफोलियो इन्वेस्टर्स, FPIs और FIIs, फॉरेन इंस्टीट्यूशनल इन्वेस्टर्स. Now who are these foreign institutional investors? ये वो कंपनीज होती है जिन्होंने सेबी के साथ रजिस्टर किया होता है. Once they register with SEBI, what they will do is, John, a foreigner, will go to this FII and ask them that this is my money, say $10,000. This is my money. invest it into a Indian company. Now this FII will invest and we will never get to know who John is or where does this actually 10,000 rupees come from. That is the FII investment. And similarly, over the counter is something similar, that an agent will help you to buy these coins or stable coins. Very simple. Why? Because it is actually a large volume transaction and institutional investors help you to channel this investment. They are high net worth individuals which are involved in these investments. That is why the frauds are also bigger. So how does this happen? The first of all, there is a person known as key opinion leader. Remember the term KOL, key opinion leader. Who are these key opinion leaders? They are the ones who will portray themselves. Okay, we are the people, we will help you to do Bitcoin or crypto trades. Now once you go to them, they will start doing small transactions, $10, $20, 10 coins, 30 coins, and once they develop this blockchain technology or once they develop this portfolio of theirs that they have helped these many people to invest, they have gained or they have helped these many people to gain or earn profit. Once this is done, once the promises are actually proved, then they will try to get to millions of dollars. They will start persuading bigger companies and bigger investors, high net worth individuals, HNIs. And the token price, once it increases, once per coin price increases, once the price increases more and more, what will happen? They will stop paying back, just like the Ponzi scheme. And once they do this, they take all the money and invest it into something which is their personal expense. They will invest it into different assets. But understand, here the money was generated because of illegal means and it is being invested into something which is white. So this is the black money which is being invested into something white, or it is not only black money, it's the illegal proceed of a crime. So therefore, this is the act of money laundering. This is the act of money laundering. And here we involve three terms. First was over the counter trade. What is over the counter trade? I told you what are the legal provisions which are involved and what is the impact. But before that, we need to understand once again that how this 7-step process actually happen. Clear? This is the 7-step process, that how they trade the money from one place to another place. This is the, I would say, proper process from where they will take the money or the criminal proceeds by defrauding people, by doing fraud with the people. Once they take the money, they will invest it into white investments. And now they will convert this money which was illegal criminal proceed, this will be converted into business investments, real estate investments, and that is where the problem comes in place, and that is what the forte of Enforcement Directorate is. That is where Enforcement Directorate comes to play the part. Clear? Now understand these three terms, and after this you need to understand that who is involved. There are three people who are actually involved in doing this trade. They are helping to invest, but the mastermind lives somewhere else in Bengaluru. So now understand one thing, the scope of the crime, that the crime is happening in Andaman, or the crime is happening in Jammu Kashmir, the crime is happening in Manipur, three different places but coordinated by one single place which is somewhere else, and yet you do not know the actual address of the person. Why? Because this crime is hybrid. It is having both the digital and the offline aspects. So that is why even if these three people get arrested also, even if these three people get, I would say, jail also, even they will not be knowing the proper identity of this person. So that is where the digital crimes, that is where the cyber security crimes become more tedious in nature. Understood? And how do they spread all of this? They use all the platforms which we all use. Instagram, Telegram, WhatsApp, dedicated websites, private investors websites and multiple other websites. So they start spreading all of this. जैसे आपने Facebook पे देखा होगा, बहुत सारे लोग क्लेम करते हैं कि आप पुराने सिक्के लेके आओ, हम आपको 10 लाख 15 लाख रुपए दे देंगे. जैसे बहुत सारी स्कीम्स ऐसी आती है कि आप ये पैसा दे दो, आप 10,000 दे दो, हम आपको 15 दिन में 15,000 दे देंगे। आपको बस पहले एक बार 20,000 रुपए की इन्वेस्टमेंट करनी है, उसके बाद हर महीने आपके अकाउंट में 4-4 हजार रुपए आ जाएंगे। नाउ ऑल ऑफ दीज आर फ्रॉड्स. You never know which one is the actual or which one is saying the truth. So therefore, whenever you do such financial transactions, you need to be aware, and you need to ensure that all the people who are working with you, when you will be the future bureaucrat, at that point of time, you need to understand that what is the nature of this crime. How are they fooling people? Understood? So what did they seize? They have seized, the Enforcement Directorate seized all the assets which belong to the group. But what is USD Tether? USD Tether is a stable coin. It is, what is the basic definition of stable coins? They are backed by a currency. Which currency is it? It is US dollar, which means 1 Tether or 1 USDT equals to $1. Clear? Which makes it more attractive for the people. And when it becomes attractive for the people, when it becomes more lucrative for the people to invest, because all and everyone is witnessing this thing, that dollar is on rise. Dollar is appreciating more and more. It is about to reach 100 rupees equals to $1. So because of the high revaluation, or I would say high appreciation of the dollar, this coin will become more lucrative for the people to invest. And that is why these kinds of frauds will happen. Understood? What are virtual digital assets? All the assets like cryptocurrencies, NFTs and other blockchain technologies, these are all called as virtual digital assets. What is money laundering? I told you money laundering is an act where we convert the illegally obtained money into seemingly legitimate assets. Now how does this happen? First we will take the money, then this money is going to be placed. How will this money be placed? The illegal funds enter the financial system. First they enter the financial system through any means. Say for example, they will do small savings in some small accounts, in some mule accounts. Then this money will be routed through layers. How? They will first take this money and deposit it into A's account, or I would say 20,000 accounts. 20,000 accounts. Then this money will be transferred and narrowed down to 10,000 accounts. Then it will be narrowed to 5,000 accounts, then to 1,000 accounts, and then to, but all of these accounts are different accounts. Because of this layering, and maybe some of these accounts are already out of the nation. Maybe some of these accounts are located in other jurisdictions. And then this money gets transferred layer by layer by layer, and then it is finally converted into Indian assets, and it is brought back to India. Clear? Who has the authority to do all of this, I would say, investigation? It is Enforcement Directorate. Last time UPSC asked the question in 2025, and it asked that Enforcement Directorate is a part of which ministry? It is the Department of Revenue, Ministry of Finance. One more thing, Enforcement Directorate was established on 1st May 1956. It was earlier called as Enforcement Unit, now it's called as Directorate. It was created to enforce the Foreign Exchange Regulation Act 1947. But currently Enforcement Directorate holds or enforces 4 laws. How many of them? First is the Money Laundering Act 2002. Second is the Foreign Exchange Management Act 1999. Third is COFEPOSA 1974 and Fugitive Economic Offenders Act 2018. Now 4 of the acts which Enforcement Directorate actually enforces. You must know this fact. Clear? Why is this case important? Because it talks about 3 things. One is money laundering, cross-border terrorism, not cross-border cyber security threats, and financial regulations, and cross-border crimes with multiple jurisdictions and victims across different, I would say, jurisdictions. One more important thing, what are the challenges when we talk about such crimes? I already told you that there is anonymous wallet addresses, multiple layering is there, it is very much difficult to track these cases. Limited global regulatory harmonization, difficulty in tracing the transactions, and use of social media financial frauds. The government measures which have been taken, first is PMLA is extended to include also virtual digital assets, and this amendment was passed in 2023, most important fact. Second is KYC, know your customer norms, have to be implemented properly. There is one unit of the Financial Investigation Unit of India which is actually requiring all of these, or there is 30% taxation on all the virtual digital assets, and all the virtual digital assets are treated under Income Tax Act. Clear? All of these facts must be remembered. One last thing, that what is important for UPSC prelims, and the most important thing, that if you can, so you have an opportunity to answer this question. And once you answer this question, you know what to do with this. Send me the answer, and once you send me the answer, I will be discussing that answer with you. I will be evaluating that answer. I will give you proper feedback. Further, you can get this NCERT PDF as a pro bono of that answer writing. I'll give you this PDF, and this PDF encompasses all the NCERTs of Indian economy with basic concepts, UPSC PYQs of prelims and mains both. All the PYQs of UPSC prelims have been discussed over here in this marathon, and all the UPSC Indian economy syllabus for prelims and one-day exams has been discussed in this QR code, in this YouTube video of 9 hours marathon. With this, I will conclude today's discussion. I thank you all for being here. I wish you all the best. Jai Hind.